Well, hello, friends. Today, I want to talk to you about receiving and what it means to receive. This is something that myself personally and a lot of my clients really struggle with. And it happens in the work situation a lot with what you feel worthy receiving in terms of income or money or project fees or your daily rate, your hourly rate. People have a lot of drama around what they should charge for their services or what type of salary they feel like they deserve or should be making. And this really holds a lot of us back from asking for what we deserve. So I want to talk about why. Why do we do this? Why do we have such a difficult time receiving? Not everyone, obviously. We see a lot of people receiving a lot in abundant, amounts. And sometimes we might watch those people and wonder what is different about their mindset. Why are they receiving so much when I feel like I'm pushing so much away? So it starts with the feeling of worthiness and what you deserve. And that comes from a variety of places, but oftentimes we have this idea that we have to work harder, we have to prove ourselves, we have to show up in a certain way in order to be worthy of anything, of love, of money, of success, of a promotion. We put all these sort of obstacles in our way of like, oh, but I didn't meet all these obstacles. So maybe you get put in a job and you didn't really have to interview. Maybe you knew somebody who knew somebody, and you get into that job and all of a sudden you think to yourself, I don't deserve to be here. I didn't even interview. I don't feel qualified. I have imposter syndrome. And so what happens is you basically start to create a situation for yourself where you do reject the money that you might get or the support that you might get. So you get into a mindset where you think, I don't deserve to be here. And then the actions you take from that place are actions like maybe you're feeling sorry for yourself, so you stay up late, you're watching movies, and then you sleep in, and then you miss a meeting in the morning. And then what happens is your boss thinks, well, maybe they're not ready for this. Maybe they're not qualified for this role. And so then you basically perpetuate that situation. So you're thinking, oh no, I don't belong. And then you're creating a situation where you don't belong. So we need to get into the mindset that no matter what we do, we are worthy. And even if we don't do things, we are worthy. We are able to receive. We allow ourselves to receive, knowing that no matter what we do, we deserve to be loved. And that's true for everyone. No matter what you do, you deserve to be loved. And then when you are able to receive that, you are able to give it more openly. So if you're someone who gives and gives and gives and gives, but feels really uncomfortable receiving, think about that imbalance of giving and receiving. Is there something attached to the giving for you? Are you trying to buy love? Are you trying to buy status? Are you trying to get attention? Are you trying to show off? Are there strings attached to the giving? Now, some people are very giving people and there aren't strings attached. So I'm not trying to say that if you are a giving person that there are strings attached, but sometimes when there's a massive imbalance between giving and receiving, you're afraid to receive because you attach things to your gifts. And so you assume that other people do too. And so you reject the gift because you're seeing the way you give as being from sort of a closed heart, that maybe there's a subtext to all the giving. And also, overgiving is also a signal that you're not feeling worthy, that you're not feeling safe or comfortable in your own space. And so you're overgiving to compensate for that. So just think about your ability to receive and remember that when you don't fight, when you're not hustling and pushing, which is something I talked about last week, When you allow and you stay grounded in your space, you allow yourself to receive, you allow yourself to feel worthy, then you are not getting swayed by the world around you and the chaos of the world around you. You're like, okay, I'm in balance with giving and receiving. I feel worthy. And from that, you take actions that create the results that continue the spiral of worthiness, of acceptance, of receiving. And I really want to emphasize that your work in the world is important. No matter what you do, no matter whether you feel your job is really connected to your purpose or whether it feels super fulfilling, there's always something in your work that is doing something to help you and to help others. And it could be on a small scale, on a large scale. That opportunity is always there. There's always an opportunity for connection. There's always an opportunity just to even like smile at someone and change the course of their day. You always have these opportunities. And again, this is a giving, receiving opportunity. So when you are feeling worthy, able to receive, you get paid what you're worth. You ask for what you're worth. You understand that you deserve it, even if you don't know how to do everything in the job. If you landed in the job and you feel that imposter syndrome, you can either take that in as, I'm terrible, I'm not worth this, I shouldn't be in this job, and spiral in that direction. Or you can think to yourself, somebody had faith in me. I'm gonna, do the research I need to do. I'm gonna ask the questions I need to ask. I'm gonna get comfortable, which means receiving, right? You need to receive information from other people rather than just sitting there beating yourself up. There are things you can do to feel like you belong that aren't about like overgiving or doing other things that create evidence to support the fact that you don't belong there. You do belong there. Someone put you in that place. You deserve to make what you're making, potentially more, even if you're in a position where there are things that you don't know. We're all in that position. We all look at each other going, but that person knows more than I do. We compare ourselves to other people, but that shouldn't change your feeling of self-worth. You are a unique human being. No matter what, you belong here. No matter what, you deserve to be loved. No matter what, your questions are relevant. So I want to encourage you to just think about all those places where you might be rejecting the gifts of the universe or the gifts of the people around you or the gifts of your employers. Think about how you might be fighting against that and feeling resistance towards receiving. Be aware of it, write it down, write down all your thoughts related to that. Where is all that coming from? And then look and see what kind of results are happening as a part of that. And then start to write down thoughts that make you feel open to receiving. And those are different for everyone, but maybe it's, I deserve this no matter what. I've worked hard to be here. No matter what I do, I deserve to be loved. So give yourself permission, cut yourself some slack, right? We are our worst enemies in the way that we put ourselves down. So just be curious about it and then come up with some thoughts that help you feel more open and less resistant to receiving. Okay, great. Well, until next week, I hope that's helpful. And I'd love to hear your comments too. If you tried this on and maybe it was difficult, or you tried it on and wow, you saw something amazing come of it, I'd love to hear about it. So let me know. And till next week.